This summer, we drove 2,000 miles from the UK to the Arctic Circle in my 20-year-old Land Rover Discovery to explore the beauty of far north Scandinavia. Join me in this episode in Sweden, the land of plenty. Good evening. I haven't really filmed today as I've been catching up on a lot of work things and editing and just getting that out the way so then I can really appreciate this park up and do some really cool things over the next few days. Really liking this place as a base, and it's got such a wild feel that not many places offer. Like, you'll have somewhere that's beautiful and scenic and lovely, but it doesn't offer that wild feeling that this place has, and Sweden as a whole has really offered that. I feel like the Lofton Islands was definitely lacking that wild feel and the freedom that you get when you go outside and what you want and what you crave, and that was a big reason why we left. You just feel free and welcomed to camp and be in the outdoors and to hike and canoe and whatever it is. You feel like this is the Mecca, the place to be. Right now in the UK it's 33 degrees. I called home a couple of hours ago and that was the situation, and here I'm in like my thickest down jacket. It is cold. Far north Sweden was full of life. This park up was extremely magical as we witnessed plenty of reindeer, the turn of autumn, and had open fires and starry skies each night. This was true bliss. It is just before 6:30. We've left camp and we're going fishing. We just got approached by some hunters in the area who are hunting moose. Said they'd be around this area, so just watch out. But that was a cool experience, of all rocking up and getting ready to go on a moose hunt. Well, that was a very cool experience. Whilst they were going on a moose hunt, we decided to try our hand at a bit of fishing. It feels like the sky is riddled with black flying mosquitoes right now. It's so bad. We got your soul. Hunting alone. So, yet again, we blanked big time. No fish for us. I fell over. Jake lost 2 lures. It's not been a good session of fishing, that's for sure. We're going to come back later maybe, but after this, going to get some brekkie and then head out on a really cool walk that's in Moodus National Park. So recently I've been feeling just really cack, and I realised how hard it is actually living on the road with minimal routine and your own space, your own structure. And I guess over a month and a half the time we've been here, it really hits hard. A lot of the travel I've done is searching and trying to find who I am and what I want. And I've gained so many answers to the questions that I've had. And I think at a young age you do have questions and your mind does race and you do think a lot, especially when you're in locations like these with no signal and not massive stimulus, you're just living amongst nature. And what I love about that is you've got time to think, you've got time to realise who you are and your ideas and your opinions. And this is why I love nature and spending time outside. I deeply love nature. And it's built inside of me now. I've been doing this stuff for like 5 years and documenting it on YouTube. And this is what's made me who I am. And I think I really want to get back to the core roots of where it all started. Overlanding is so fun, and living on the road is so exciting and thrilling and different and new. And we covered some miles over beautiful terrain and gorgeous scenery. And it's had its ups, it's had its downs, it's been a roller coaster like any adventure. It can be hard, and life on the road is hard. But what I think I've learned from this year of travel is it doesn't matter where you are. You could be in the most beautiful place, you could be in the most beautiful destination, and everything going smoothly, but if your mind isn't in it and your mind is in a negative state or elsewhere, then you might as well be in your worst nightmare location. That's what I've learned about travel. You think you're going to go somewhere and everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows, but it isn't. It's what's up here that matters. I had no expectations for this place, and that means no anticlimax, so it's just been really special. It truly is an amazing life I lead, but I guess like everything you do day in, day out, you get burnout. I hope 2024 will be just as wild and filled with a little bit more balance. This was my last major trip of 2023, and what a beautiful year it's been. I want to wish everyone a happy new year if you're watching this now. I've just walked down this gravel track a little bit just to soak up this beautiful sunshine, some vitamin D in the bones, a bit of warmth. I feel like I've sort of missed summer this year just because when I left the UK summer it was snowing in Canada, and it was cold there for a long while until it turned really hot, and then came back to the UK and it was miserable, and I've come here and it's obviously cold because we're in the Arctic Circle, so oh, that sun feels lovely on my skin. It feels beautiful. I guess I just wanted to come and sort of reflect on yesterday's comment. And I feel like when you have moments like them that you should really question why you feel like that and delve deeper into your thoughts. That's why I love being out here, because you can really think things through and understand yourself a lot better instead of shutting it down or distracting it with other tasks or work. I feel like it's just been really full on recently, and I just feel like everything's been like playing catch up, just with work, with travel, with being here in the present. And there was so much that I came here to do, like fish every day and go for loads of swims, but I feel like I haven't been fully present because I've always been trying to rush back to get other things done. And I think what I've done is I've fitted too much into my schedule, and I'm really bad for doing that, just trying to get too much done. And when I'm so far behind with work stuff, because obviously I went to Canada for 5 weeks and didn't upload a video and had all that content from that trip, and I'm just sifting through it as well as trying to film all of this and enjoy it and obviously do the wholesome tasks of fishing, making fires, carving, watercolouring, or it's just gone, and I feel like I've hit a wall of like burnout, especially when your life and your lifestyle is your job. So whatever you do with your lifestyle's got to be entertaining for people to watch. But anyway, the stars last night were insane, were amazing. I've not seen stars like that for a long time. You could see galaxies and shooting stars and northern lights, and it was just like going to watch a firework display in the sky. It was amazing. And me and Jake laid in the roof tent with our feet out one door and our head out the other, just looking up and admiring these beams of light that were coming down on us. Yeah, it was one of those nights where you felt so lucky to be alive. But obviously I'm so grateful to be here and so grateful to capture it, and I've been getting such lovely comments from my Canada series and things. Ultimately, I needed a break. This place gave me the ability to be still and just slow down, which is what I needed after a hectic summer. Otherwise, you get a little rusty, like this shot here. And all you can do is laugh it off and just get on with it. Adventures like these, you're always changing, developing into the ideal mould of yourself. This phase of the trip taught me there will always be ups and downs, there will always be positives and negatives, and you've just got to go with the flow and ride with it. Good morning. We are at our next park up and it is absolutely insane. It is so lovely. So we've decided to spend another night or two here to really soak up this area. We are further south than we were yesterday. We drove about 2 hours to this point, so not too far, but I think the time we set off it was pretty late, so we just wanted to do some shopping and get here. It took quite a while to get to this point yesterday. It was down a gravel track that felt like it was going on for ages. It was going on for a fair few miles, and obviously in the dark everything seems different. So yeah, arrived here in the dark last night, saw the northern lights. It was just, what an amazing journey over to here. I got something! He's lovely! Look at that! He's really small. Don't know if it's a perch. I can't believe it! That's mad! Amazing. He's beautiful. I think I'm going to put him back though because he's only small. Goodbye, little man. Awesome. There you go. I seriously can't believe that. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm not sure what fish it was. I'm guessing a perch. I'm not too sure. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. The one, I had a list of things I wanted to do by the end of the year, and that was one of them, catch a fish. And even though it was just a small one, it just means so much because I really wanted to catch one. Because we've been trying quite a bit this trip and no joy. And we just thought we're just absolute crap. But you gain a little bit of confidence and by getting one. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I'm going to carry on for a little while, see if my luck's still running. That's really made my day. Made the trip, really.
Here we go. It's a little bit smaller than Becky's. What a beautiful fish. I'm going to put him back now. I was so buzzing, man.
Good morning. I am currently fishing. It is early in the morning. The sun is now up nicely though. But when I woke up, it was frost. The first frost of the year here, which is crazy. I was not expecting that. It did drop off last night. But frost. I've had no luck fishing whatsoever. Blanked big time. The water levels have dropped massively today. I think that's changed the whole fishing game up a lot. Currently out and about to get some firewood. There is a lot of birch in this woodland, so I reckon I'll burn that because birch burns really lovely. But this is amazing. Whilst being here in Sweden, we came across a lot of Sami people who are the natives to this area. It is amazing how they live and how they would have lived back in the day. And you can see how this is the land of abundance, with fresh rivers, lakes, trees, fish, animals. It's probably one of the most pure pieces of land left in the world. I really hope the Sami people and you and me preserve these traditional skills and forever respect this sacred land we live on. Good morning! Unfortunately, our time here has come to an end and we are going to be leaving and heading off and going further south, pushing south. But what a beautiful place it's been to spend the last 3 nights, 4 days. It's been absolutely wonderful. We have yet again come to another video. I really hoped you enjoyed this one, and I look forward to sharing what's going to go on in 2024 with you shortly. Thanks again for watching. Thank you to all my Patreons for making this possible, who are listed in the description box below. I will see you in the next video. Take care and Happy New Year, guys.